Good day, Taurus viewers. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning in to Just Be Tarot. Thank you for your amazing energy. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel, and also hitting that notification bell. That will let you know when I am going live or posting new readings. I was just shuffling for the overall energy for this general reading for our Taurus collective for May 2025. I was just shuffling and a couple cards came out, so they're the ones that I was told to use. We have Feast of Plenty. It says choices and their consequences, and Will o' the Wisp, treasures and hidden in the shadows. So, what I'm feeling with this card of the Feast of Plenty is there right now you have a lot of choices. Okay, there are things and places and people who want to be in your energy. And there are going to be times when you have to choose between these things, these places, these events. And it's important to make these choices, to not overthink, is what I'm hearing, to not, when we are sometimes, especially with people who have anxiety or overthinkers, you get a thought in your head like, if I go here, then this might happen, and a whole situation or scenario plays out. We're being asked to not let our minds play into the choices that we're making. Don't think too far into it. If you're being called to something or to someone, don't overthink it. Just do it. Because you're being called to that specific thing for a reason. There's opportunities that are going to come in, choices that are going to be coming in, especially now that the weather is getting nicer, and more invitations coming in for you to make choices, and to not, oh, well, who's going to be there? What's going to happen? Like that kind of things. It's not about that. It's about where you're being drawn to, because the energy that you're being drawn to is what matters now. Because when you make these choices, they could have a huge outcome on your life. You could meet the person you're meant to be with. You could, network with the right people. You could, if you turn down a networking opportunity, you might be missing out on opportunities. So you really have to go where you're called to go. And if there's not a good reason not to go, if there's not a conflict in another engagement, then you're being called to go. If you were invited to something, it probably means that universe wants you to be there. Your higher power wants you to be there. There's a reason why you should attend. So just keep that in mind. And this kind of coincides with it. Funny, because it came out together. But this treasures hidden in the shadows is about being complacent, being too comfortable in your situation. Like, maybe you're doing the same things over and over and over again, and you're just comfortable. Maybe you're comfortable with the people you surround yourself with. And you're never just going somewhere, meeting new people, completely new people, not knowing anybody. And you're called to, go out and do things that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe by yourself. Maybe it's breaking the mold. Maybe it's moving out of your comfort zone into a place of uncertainty. Maybe it's moving out of your neighborhood that you've grown up in, and buying a house further away that you're not really familiar with, but you meeting new people, establishing yourself, establishing your family there, and just taking advantage of this newness, this leap of faith, this unknowing, because there is treasures hidden everywhere. And we sometimes get so used to the mundane and we don't try new things. It's just repetitive. We see the same people. We do the same things. We go to the same restaurants. We are just creatures of habit. And this is kind of saying, break that mold. Do something exciting. Go on an adventure. Have fun. And don't put so much thought into it. Just do. Just do. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the tarot deck. Let's see what Spirit has to say. One more shuffle. Oh, that one wants to come out. I see you. All right, Spirit, I am shuffling for the Taurus collective. What do they need to know for May 2025? What messages does the Taurus collective need to hear? What do they need to hear for their greatest good? Thank you. Okay, so the first card to come out was the Hermit. You have been trying to be more introspective, more reflective, trying to see why things are happening. Why, if you've been in a stagnant situation, maybe you're like, is it, every situation, there's two sides. So it's like, what role did you play in the situation? And sometimes we find it's so easy to place the blame somewhere else, but it's always, in some way, shape, or form, has something to do with us as well. And it's hard to admit that, but it's true. So I feel like some of you have been trying to understand yourselves better, trying to understand a situation better. How did this happen? Why did it happen? Why do I feel this way? What brought me to this place? And trying to just connect, trying to reflect and gather coping skills and take the lessons that you've learned and bring them to the next situation, the next relationship, whatever it is that you're going through, however that resonates with you. But I do see a handsome stranger, or you might know them, but somebody handsome is going to be coming in towards you, and they're going to say something or reveal something that makes complete sense to you. Now, maybe you've been mixed up. Maybe you've been confused about a situation. Maybe you've been misguided, I just heard. Or, just stagnant and not wanting to do a whole lot. And this person wants to take you on adventures. This person wants to show you off. This person wants to be in your energy. And remember, I said, be about it. Don't think too hard. Just do. So you might find this person saying, hey, what do you think? And you know what? If you're not doing anything, why not? So you're being called to be in that energy, to be in that, spontaneous energy. And you're going to be like, you know what? This makes sense to me. This whole situation makes sense. And it might have you make sense in a way that transforms you. Because with the swords, it's all about focus and clarity. So this trip, this adventure, this person might bring clarity into your life. All right, so then we have the Five of Pentacles, which means you're feeling left out, or you're feeling cut off or wounded from something. So maybe there's something that you weren't invited to, or something that you feel like you should have. Like you weren't invited. But I feel like I just got this scenario, and I know it's just for a singular person, but it's like somebody, the saying, did you expect a hand engraved invitation? That's such an old phrase, but like not everybody, there was no real invite that went out. It's just everybody happened to be there at one time. And it's like you show up and everybody's there and you're like, why didn't anybody tell me? And you're kind of like, catching feelings, but there was no real invitation that went out. So I feel like you're feeling that way, but it's really just about people doing them. But I feel like somebody gets hurt along the way, which is very, very, I feel like that's super, that's going out to one person in particular, because that is a scenario. But this is about feeling left out. Maybe you're feeling like you don't belong somewhere. Like I feel that stagnant energy. You feel like you have this, like, you want to get up and go, but you're not sure where to go. And I feel like that's what this is about. You are looking for your people. You're looking for the people who feel like healing energy. You might have, because you are rising spiritually, you might have gotten some people taken out of your life, or you might feel like, you know what, I have to set boundaries, and I have to just walk away from certain people right now. And it's gotten you feeling a little bit lonely, a little bit like you're always rolling solo. This is about Spirit knows that you're rising, and exactly what happens when you level up. Okay, you're not going to stay with the same people, not intentionally, but it's like, okay, you just don't feel yourself connecting with them anymore. Spirit is going to replace those people with people who are on your same frequency. So you just have to be patient and know that your people are coming. You're not always going to be lonely and feeling like you're on the outside. You are being called to come inside. See that radiating? It's calling you in to safety and warmth. And you just have to be patient and keep that frequency high, and know that your people who are going to match your frequency are coming towards you. All right, and to be with people who make you feel safe, make you feel good, those are that make you feel loved, I just heard, is where you want to be. And the other people, yeah, they're fun to hang out with every once in a while, but the people who you really need in your life, the stable people, are the ones that we're talking about here. All right, Spirit, what else is going on for our Taurus collective? What do they need to know for May? Whoop! Okay, that was... I feel like there's lessons that are going to be coming at you that you need to learn. Spirit is going to be setting you up maybe with some kind of changes or some kind of situations where you're supposed to take away the lesson. And the whole point of that is so you can move ahead and into a different cycle. You're almost there, ready to move into the next cycle, but there's something that you're not getting, something that you're not understanding, something that you're not grasping. And I feel like Spirit is going to be putting these opportunities in front of you, and you're being, I don't know, tested. Yes, maybe tested a little bit is what I'm hearing. So you can figure out the lesson and make some changes in your life so you can move forward with on the path that you're meant to be on, with the people that you're meant to be with, leveling up, becoming the person you were meant to be. Because it's like this Five of Cups energy in reverse. It feels like you know the changes you have to make, but you might not be in that mindset of making the changes. Because Five of Cups is like paying attention to what is unfulfilling. Like it's fun. They're the fun things, but not the important things that need your energy. They're things that you're putting your energy into that's not important. And you're leaving the important things. You're like, maybe later. You're not giving your full energy to where it deserves to be, or where it should be, rather. Your energy is, in with things that are frivolous and aren't going to last. All right, let's see. Thank you. 7 of Wands. You are defending somebody or something. You have your defenses up with somebody or something in your energy. This could even be yourself. You're defending yourself against something. But people are talking to you about something and you get your haunches up. You are like, how dare you talk to my so-and-so like that? Or why would you talk shit about somebody that I care so much about? Or, you know what, I'm my own person. I can make my own decisions. Like, you could even be defending yourself. But yeah, you are on the defensive with somebody or something. 4 of Cups. There's, again, not paying attention to things that are serving you. You are, it's like Spirit's handing you opportunities, saying, here, and you're paying attention more to something that you are, your normal, what you're normally attracted to, instead of what's good for you. So that's the stagnant energy. You're paying attention to these things over here that look pretty, but what's important is up here, and Spirit's handing it to you, saying, how about this one? And you're like, no, I am fine being here, although it's never working out. It's like you keep doing over and over again and staying in that same cycle. Nothing changes. Some of you are going to feel overwhelmed. I want to clarify that. Spirit's saying clarify. What is the collective overwhelmed about? What is this 10 of Wands energy? Setting a new path, going on a new path, changing your ways, making changes in your life. Maybe there's been a breakup. Maybe you're scared to get into a relationship. Or maybe you're afraid to break up with somebody because you're so used to that comfort, their safe place. And you're not ready to leave that safe place yet. But it does feel like there's a change coming, and you just feel overwhelmed with the thought of making these decisions. Starting a new path. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our concluding message. See what Spirit wants to conclude with. Spirit, what does the Taurus Collective need to hear for the concluding message for this reading for May 2025? What are we concluding with, Spirit? For May 2025, what energy are we concluding with? What energy are we concluding with for Taurus energy? May 2025, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so we have Fire Festival, number 11. Through flame and through song, there will rise a new dawn. A strong blaze is needed at this time to burn away the doubts, fears, and worries you have held within your mind. Fire Festival appears when you are your own worst enemy, when you are the only thing standing in your way of moving towards love, abundance, and joy. Not only are you blocking blessings, but the weight of your stress and anxiety is becoming too much to hold. Your soul is urgently trying to get your attention to let you know you cannot go on as you have. Your worries may be valid, but they are not as bad as they may seem. You're overthinking things, which is causing you additional stress. The answer to your situation is a new perspective and a radical shift in your beliefs. Fire Festival also appears when it's time to leave your situation. Sometimes you must salvage what remains, while at other times you must burn the bridge and walk away. So yeah, you are being called to make changes. Leave your situation. Yes, it may be overwhelming, but all change is. All right, thank you for hanging out with me, Taurus. Thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell that will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. And I've been going live on Mondays and Thursdays between 6:30 and 7 Eastern Daylight Time, and I would love to see and feel your energy there. And if not, then I'll catch you next time. Bye, Taurus.